From a game adored by many across all the world to a game that got forgotten over a matter of years. This is the rise and fall of the Skylanders series. When Spyro's Adventure came out, many people loved the innovative idea which was Toys to Life, but the old Spyro fans were still salty that they just used Spyro as a cash grab. To understand this, you need to know that there was a lot of Spyro games before Skylanders. Those games mostly did bad, except for 3, which did really well. Spyro's Adventure was the most popular kids game in 2011, and everyone knew this. The fact you could collect a physical toy and put it on the portal must have been down with the kids of 2011. Spyro's Adventure was a strong start to the series, but it's nothing compared to Giants. Some people think that Giants is a bit of a DLC to Spyro's Adventure. But what are you talking about, man? I reckon that it's 100% not. This improves on Spyro's Adventure heavily. If this was the original game and Spyro's Adventure was the second game, I think Spyro's Adventure was the DLC. In reality, people have their opinions and I respect that. But honestly, I think that the Giants are so cool. I love the gimmick of them being big, and having glowing parts of their body. Now that is cool. They also get to do feats of strengths, and they can also just kill chompies by walking on them. How cool is that? When Giants rolled around, everyone was excited for this new game. There was so much hype, and I think that Skylanders Giants completely shattered all of that hype. That hype was doubled. The game was so good, it's up there in my top 3 favourite Skylanders games. I play it on the Wii U, so I have a pretty good experience with graphics and stuff, but you could have a fun time with this game on pretty much any console. They introduced Light Core Skylanders in this game, which I think are pretty decent, but they weren't needed. It's still a cool addition anyway though, and I like how the Giants are Light Core. And just listen to that music. Just like Spyro's Adventure, this had banging music. Skylanders Giants improved everything that Spyro's Adventure put onto the table, and honestly, I think it's better. And now, I think we're on to Skylanders Swap Force. This game performed very well and was a massive success for Activision and Toys for Bob. This game needed to prove that the series still had innovative and creative ideas, and that it did with the Swap Force. The swappers are such a cool idea, how you can swap tops and bottoms and mix and match movesets to your liking and customize the Skylanders to your will. The levels in this game were really long. Some people hate it, some people like it. Me personally, I don't mind it. It's not a horrible thing, but it can get a bit annoying sometimes. You can't talk about this game without mentioning the absolute amazing graphics there were. Some people think that it feels a bit too plasticky, but I personally think they're amazing. Probably because I grew up with the Wii version. Before we get onto Trap Team, 90% of my viewers are not subscribed. So what are you doing, man? Come on, subscribe. Please help out the channel so I can pump out more high quality videos. Skylanders Trap Team was a massive commercial success, and everyone loved this game. Well, unless you were a hater, but never mind that. A lot of people in the Skylanders community rate this game as their favourite, me included. I love the fact how you can trap villains and the trap masters are just so epic. This is where some problems for Skylanders really started to shine. See, because the trap masters were so much money, you needed all of them if you wanted to 100% the game. Well, one from each element. But you also needed so many traps, one from each element exactly, and the cores were 100% useless as they can't open elemental gates or break Traptanium. This didn't sit well with a lot of fans and kind of turned them off Skylanders as a whole. It was actually the 10th year anniversary of this game on Tuesday as of the time of recording this video. Go watch my other video if you haven't. Another thing was the glitches. Skylanders Trap Team was pretty glitchy. It will be a common occurrence to run into some glitch that you would have to restart your entire level and bang your head on the wall. With all of that said, let's move on to Skylanders Superchargers. This game really made the series fall on its backside, and No one liked this game, well, except for like Crash the Skylanders and stuff. We're going to talk about that. The majority of the Skylanders fan base really didn't like this game. I kind of consider myself a part of that group. When I first played this game, it was really dry and boring, and honestly, it can get a bit repetitive sometimes. With all those driving level areas, don't even get me started on no elemental gates. And the sheer lack of Skylanders. They had to get rid of half of the roster so they could fit in these stupid vehicles. Why, Activision? Why? By this point, everyone that grew up with Skylanders was getting a bit older, so they needed to switch gears and they needed to attract new customers. And I don't think they did a good job of doing that. The wondrous world of Skylanders that everyone all knew and loved was getting a bit boring. With these bad games coming out, which would only seal the fate later, it was really hard for the customers to stay in tune with the game as much as they once did. At least this game's better than Skylanders Imaginators. This game was supposed to save the franchise, and guess what it didn't do? Save the franchise! The senseis are cool, the Imaginators are great, but the storyline is so bad, and the levels are so uninspired. This game, it can get very boring, very fast. I know some people like this game, but honestly, I don't. It's not a game I would never play in my life ever. It's just compared to all of these other games that are so good, minus Superchargers, I don't really think it can compare. This is my least favourite game in the series, and honestly, I am not ashamed of that. This game was also the last Skylanders game, and it did not go out with a bang. Literally was getting put half price, sometimes more, to get all of the stock off the shelves. That's how desperate the shops were to get rid of stock. As you can see, Skylanders went from being the new cool kid on the block to the iPad nerd kid. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye.